Hanukkah celebrators and I don't know, whatever y'all doing. Those are the major ones. People assume, I guess. What about you Hindus out there? What about you, anybody that has religion? Crack a beer with me. Let's talk about what's newsworthy these days. Newsworthiness is should be called like snooze worthiness. Snooze worthiness. There we go. That's a good one. What has found its way onto the airwaves of what you call news media is just I mean, you grow up and you watch the news, and it's kind of goofy. It's weird. They might be telling you something, and then go through the years, and you're like, oh, this is getting a little weird. It's getting a little goofy. And now that what counts, what passes as apparently justifiable to use up time on an airwave, or to type something down and write it and let people know because you have a big audience, what has made its way across your consciousness through these portals of information has become outstandingly hilarious. It's another level of humor that is anything. All they do, all the news is either fear porn or completely inane, ridiculous nonsense. That's about the size of it right now. What's up, Divine? There was an article that popped up. I just went to the news feed to see what I'd see. One article was about this woman that apparently works for a pretty major organization, probably Associated Press to some degree. I don't know. Haircuts. How Trump's wifey thing. She got a haircut and it's dangerous or something. That's what's newsworthy. And then she actually had another article about whatever AOC, that chick. I don't know. She had a haircut too. So she wrote two pieces. This is a pretty major league person. Like they have a pretty big. That's what people are reading. That's what's newsworthy. I mean, and that's only the tip of the iceberg of the silliness. What passes off as justifiable, and then every article you read, the news is supposed to be, as we all like to believe, that news is supposed to be just news. It's not supposed to take an angle. It's not supposed to put a spin on anything. It's not supposed to give you their opinion. Yet, you know how there used to be an opinion section back in the day. There was like the opinion area, the columns that were people that had a brain that would give their thoughts and ideas, but the rest of the newspaper was just like, today at this time in this area, this is what happened. That's what they would do. No longer does that exist. That doesn't exist anywhere. It doesn't exist in your newspapers. It doesn't exist on the TV. They always have a slant or a lean in one direction, heavily in one direction, and then it's all, and then it's like it's a sly way of dictating to people something by making it appear as though they're just giving you facts, but just ever so slick, just smooth, sliding in some of their sway, their opinion. They're pushing their agenda, which is obviously, if anybody doesn't get it already, there's only one agenda, and it starts way over there. It's not just 12 families, it's well beyond that. And even that, it's not different countries, it's not different red and blue. I mean, everybody could, I'd like to believe that Trump is doing something good for that, but I don't see it. He's still pushing for the vaccine. He's still in bed with these companies. All the things everybody's like, oh, Trump's going to take down all these people and all these people in the government, and all they're all evil, and he's going to take them all down. That's what they said 5 years ago. And now he's running against the same people that supposedly he was gonna eliminate. He's on the same team. Like, people are so goofy. Yeah, the fact that people to any degree to any level listen to what they're fed on the news media or read in the paper, and they take it as some sort of gospel. They take it as a gospel, and these people exist. They exist. They're walking amongst you. They read it, and that is the truth. Whatever the TV, that's their God. Whatever it says, whatever the newspaper says, that's their truth. I remember years ago, I had this argument where it was right around. I was actually right around when Trump and whoever he was running against, the chick, whatever, Clinton, who supposedly is so evil. She should be. If I'm president, you'll be in jail. He's been president for 4 years, and she's not in jail. See, it doesn't happen that way. They're in cahoots. They're on the same team, and everybody. But here's the thing: we're watching the election or whatever, and I was like, this is all like rigged, right? And like the person I'm talking to, she's an older woman. She starts to get so angry that she threw the remote and turned the TV off when the results came in that Trump won, you know. And like it was just like, she's so much better. Like just it was. I was like, you realize they're both retarded, right? They're both completely, like if there is a better choice, it's probably him. He's probably a little less evil than her, but you want that. So that's what. And it's like, she couldn't understand that her vote doesn't count. She couldn't understand that the whole thing is a you know. She watches. She loves the CNN, but hates the Fox News or something like that. And people that now like, I've read comments and actually people that have, like these channels. I read comments that they have underneath other videos and things. Oh, I stopped watching Fox years ago. CNN's the only, like, do you not realize they're all part of like larger conglomerates that are pushing an agenda? Nobody gets this. It's so simple. How do these people fucking wipe their ass? How do these people tie their shoes? How do these people get dressed in the morning? How do they even figure out how to use a fork to pick up food? How do they even know how to read? I'm surprised people can read, honestly. I mean, the fact that they read, but they just but their brain can't do anything but information in my head, and there's no way of them being able to entertain multiple ideas that come in conflict with each other. If they're presented with one idea, as soon as they hold on to that idea, any other idea that is in conflict with that, they just push away. They cannot simultaneously take, say, 3 opposing viewpoints. Their head would explode. They wouldn't be able to. They have to pick a side immediately. They can't just go, well, that sounds good for these reasons, and it sounds silly for these reasons. This one's okay, and this one's like, they can't just hold those simultaneously and go, well, I don't know that I'd agree with any of these, and I don't completely disagree with this, and I don't, They can't do that. It's a physical, mental, emotional impossibility for people, and they're you're surrounded by them everywhere, anywhere you go, anywhere you look. There's somebody, there's like man on the corner street questionnaires. You go somewhere and you're like, hey, do you believe what do you think about this? And people are stuck. They're stuck in their la la land. It's not their opinion. It's like, hey, what's your opinion on this? They don't have opinions. They don't have facts. They don't have ideas. What they have is they regurgitate. You ever seen a baby bird eat? You know how a baby bird eats? Because mama bird eats up the food and vomits it into their mouth. That's what's happening. There's a big giant conglomerate that eats up all and chews up all the information, the food, and spits it out into these little baby birds' mouths. They're sitting there. They can't fly. They're sitting in a nest, and they don't know what to do. And they can't digest food. They can't digest information themselves and come up with any reasonable conclusion about anything. They love it. And it's like, there is a I do have a little bit of, hey, some of these these vaccine things and these people starting to really get hip to the idea that these vaccines are not what. But then you have these people like, anti-vaxxers are dumb. Like, no. I seen somebody was like, hey, all these people are saying like the survival rate is 99.997 for this nonsense. It's not. It's only 97%. I was like, and he's like, you guys don't know how to do your research. I'm like, is this dude a troll? Is he paid for, or is he that complete moron? That much of a moron? It's just it's it's the fact that it's the fact that there's people that still listen to this, and it's not the people that are saying it that I'm laughing at them saying it. It's completely idiotic, right? It's the people that believe them. Then I got to deal with them in my normal everyday affairs. If I go into the street and if I walk around, luckily, hey, now they wear masks, so I don't even need to talk to them. But they'll surely, if I don't have a mask on where they think I need to have one on, they'll surely have something to say to me, because they the whole thing. Now police don't even need to exist. I've said this 1,000 times. Police really don't need to exist. They're never there for you when you need them, because that's the point. They're not. They're dealing with a maritime law. They don't. It's commerce law. They don't deal with any. They're not stopping any crime from happening. But you know what is that now you have your neighbors that are police. They police you. They're the ones. They're the ones to make sure you better, because I'm doing it because I respect the elderly, and I care for people. I wear a mask and I do this, and you need to do that because I do that. And if you don't, then you don't care and you're a bad person. That's what you got to deal with. Even if no one's ever said that to me, but people have definitely they think that if you're not wearing a mask. I've seen people. I've watched people almost get hit by a car because I was walking down a sidewalk, and I'm not gonna adjust where I'm walking. The sidewalk, there's a fence here, the street's over here. I watched somebody start to slow down, see that I wasn't wearing a mask, and walk into the middle of this, like walk into the street and almost get hit by a car because they weren't paying attention. All they were paying attention to was I wasn't wearing a mask, and they didn't want to come within 6 feet of me. I'm like, and this is recently. During the beginning of this, none of that was happening. Most of the time during the beginning of this, for the first 3 months, I could go out anywhere and nobody really cared. Nobody was doing that. Nobody was really wearing a mask. And now everyone and their brother, and they're touching the mask, so which means you got to replace it. Once you touch it, it's no good no more. Not that it does anything anyways. And they're wearing them all wrong. They got them underneath here, and then they put them down on their chin. So now it's got all this dirt in here, but then they put it in their mouth, and they're gonna play with it. And you have to replace it every single time. That's what it says on that's the rules for the mask thingy. But you're not in the hospital, and the whole point of it is so you don't sneeze into somebody or get something into someone's wound. That's the only reason for a mask. It doesn't do anything else. It's been they've told you. But nobody wants to hear that, because if you hear that, then that's not what that's not what they said on the TV. Yeah, but they also didn't make the product, and they're not the people. They're not the doctors. They're just repeating something that somebody else said. Hey, just say this. Oh, well, they said it on the TV. And now you got to deal with them on a day-to-day basis. And is this the last Christmas anybody gets to enjoy? I mean, not that Christmas is. I don't really celebrate holidays. I don't. I celebrate it maybe from a pagan, ritualistic way, but not from any sort of Christian or how they shoved those false narratives down our face through the government and through these religious organizations. But is this the last one that we ever get to spend? Is this the one? What's up, Carson? Oops. Whoa, hey there. What's up, Stan? What's up, Ripe Soul? Yeah, I'm doing cleanses. I'm not specific. You can fast, and I think that's a great idea. I'm not fasting quite yet, like full on liquids, because I had taken a bunch of. If you've seen what I drank yesterday, I need to mop up some things inside of me. So I ate some like bread and cereal and something to sop up everything that happened. Because I took a bunch of turpentine and aged urine and some other stuff. So I was a little leaky, so I had to put some fibers in me to soak that stuff up. But yeah, I'm doing some cleanses. I'm not necessarily fasting quite yet. But if you guys want to, that's a great idea. And I'll be continuing that today. And like right now, I'm having. What am I having? I'm having a PBR. There we go. Help move some things out of me. What's up, Matthew? Matthew Maxwell. What's up, Max? What's up, Ayo? What's up, Carson? What's up, Inferno? Biden and Trump are extremely underqualified to be. Yeah, I hear you, Divine. I mean, In reality, if everything was the way, if everybody, if it was across the board, above, if everything was above the board and everything was like, on the table, Trump is an absolute perfect person to be a CEO of a company, which the United States of America is a corporation. He's completely fit to be a leader of a corporation if it's run as such. But because there's so many other things that go into it, there's no one fit to be any type of president in these days, because of how the corporations are under other umbrella corporations, which are other entities, other larger conglomerates. Then you got societies within that. You have special interest groups, and there's too many. He's the closest thing that you could have to what would be. I mean, because there is no president. There is no. What you'd have is a tribal chief. I'm good with tribal chiefs, but they're picked. Well, they don't. Most chiefs of tribes don't. They didn't want to be chief. It was everyone in the tribe recognized that's that motherfucker right there. That's who we want, and everyone unanimously said we want you to lead us. And most of them are reluctant leaders. People that run for politics, they put money into it. They want that power. They want that control. They want that title. And because there's other things that go along with that. And they're running a business. It has nothing to do with actual taking care of people. It has nothing to do with that. So when we say president, it's a president of a company. So yes, he is extremely qualified. Biden is not qualified to do anything. Biden's not qualified to work at a drive-through at a McDonald's. Quite terribly, honestly. Like that's a fact. He's not employable anywhere. Quite really. He couldn't even be a greeter at a Walmart. Let's be very honest here. Does anybody really think that you'd want to see his dumbass face walking into Walmart? You ever see how he is? He's an absolute prick. He's a genius level prick. He's so sheltered from reality that's what else could he do? How long's he been into the politics? Many ticks just sucking. He's a bloodsucker. He's a sucker, man. Yeah, but Trump is very qualified. But as what most people believe a president to be, he's not qualified. You're correct in that way. He's not qualified in any way to be what would be a leader of a nation, or a chief of a tribe. No, none of them are. Nobody that's into politics is. That's what chiefs are. Chiefs of tribes are generally anarchists, quite honestly, because they don't really believe in control and rules. They believe in, laissez-faire. Do what you want. Just don't harm other people. That's about the size of it. There's not really any laws in the real world. The real world is, hey, just don't harm other people. Don't punch somebody, and just don't walk up to somebody and punch somebody in the face. Don't just, don't steal someone's, shit. Don't do that. It's about, there's not really any rules. It's just don't be be fun, be goofy, get drunk in the streets, go, be part of go do some psychedelics, go through all of the, do the whole thing. It's a crazy place. Go have fun. Just, do your best to improve yourself, and don't cause too much damage. That's about it. That's the rule of the land. It's not too difficult. But we don't have that. It's corporate enterprise. And there we go. Fire alarm. Fire alarm. I can't go a day in this building without some old person leaving a stove on, burning something, and there we go. See, there we go. Every day. It almost seems like it's somebody's just hitting a button somewhere. Like it's some sort of I don't know, some sort of game for someone. Push this button. Let's irritate everybody in the building. What's up, instance? And we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna take this over to Zoom in a second. I just wanted to say hello and see if for anybody that's on here, what kind of gifts anybody would like to receive. Oh, and as usual, I do enjoy gifts as much as anyone else in the form of presents via PayPal or Cash App, or actual gifts. You know, that's cool too. You just gotta ask me where to send things if you ever did want to give me something. But cash works best, or whatever, and you can do that. PayPal.me/ capital TSAR, capital XEN, or Cash App, the $ and capital TSAR, capital XEN, and that those gifts go towards making sure that I have a roof over my head and some snacks now and then. That's about it. Yeah, if you would have known ahead of time, if you would have invested in, money into stocks of whoever these masks and shit, yeah. And then you got all these artists, like that's the artists that were doing good like artwork and things. They've turned it into like, hey, let's market some cool masks and it'll match your outfit. Ugh, you're gonna dress up your muzzle. Oh, the cute muzzle, cute way to prohibit yourself from breathing properly. Great way to get bacteria and give yourself. Hey, it looks good that you're making yourself sick, and you look great because I don't got to see your stupid face now. I can just see some design that you put on the front. Well, you can't breathe, and you're just breathing in all of these mold spores and bacteria. Really cool. I think you're a cool person. I really like your style. But don't worry. When we get back to my house, I'm taking all of your clothes off, and I'm going raw dog on that. And you know what? You're probably gonna take the mask off then. Yeah, but not out here. No. Is that a hijab? Is that what they call them? The thing they put over there. And I thought we didn't like that here in the States. I thought most places were not into that Muslim culture of the things that the women put over their face. I thought we didn't like that, but now everyone's doing that. Oh, okay, right, okay. Because it's stylish. You guys are stylish. You're so cool with your masks. uh, what's up, Mr. V? Are you on that vodka right now? I got some vodka in there, but I don't want to turn it into that quite yet. I'm just sipping on some beers right now. But again, we're gonna we'll go get the Zoom chat in a little bit because I wanna play music and share things with people. Um, Yeah, and the mass, the lack of oxygen, it's also affecting people's ability to think. It's not just you're causing yourself a problem in your blood. You're causing yourself a problem in your brain. You know, you start depleting oxygen levels of your brain, you become really goofy, and your brain doesn't function well. It's just a side. It's a side. It's not a side effect. It's an actual effect. There is no such thing as side effects. Let's get that clear. Let's clear up this for everyone. With all your pills and poison and everything you take, there is no such thing as a side effect. Side effects don't exist. It is an effect. If you take this and this happens, it's not a side effect. It's not like you get healthy, but you also get really sick. Hey, this is going to fix this, but we're going to give you these 6 other problems. No, it's an effect. It's not a side effect. Just remember that. So, there's no side effect, because if I drink this, the side effect is not me getting drunk. The effect is me getting drunk. The effect is I might have the runs later. I might have to, you know, the effect is what that's the effect. The effect of eating. It's all there's no it's just I can't say, oh, the side effects include these things. No, those are just effects. uh, Doctor, what's up, Robert Hammock? Azul. uh, yeah, I hear you on the never wearing a mask. I wish that was possible 100% of the time. Like there's places I have to go to, and there's literally like they employ like an off-duty police officer. They got like security guard, and like it's like a whole thing, and it's like a local store. So like I can't just go in there and walk around without a mask. It just would cause more trouble than it's worth. It's ridiculous. If I wanted to go somewhere where I don't wear a mask, I'd have to walk way, way far away to go to spend money at a big retail chain, like a big store, and then there'd just be that's a whole thing. And even that, I wouldn't have to wear a mask for my walk around the store, but probably as I'm walking in, I would have to at least pretend to put a mask on because they have a security guard. But I mean, other than that, like, I mean, I don't really go anywhere. And then if I did go anywhere, that I've been to a couple places where they were like, put a mask on. I was like, nah. They're like, you got to go then. I was like, so you don't want me to do business with you? You're just gonna get in my face and tell me, you know? I was like, all right, cool. I don't want to do business with you anyways. But there are places that, you know, the grocery stores, it's just got to be done. That's so I go like this. Here's how I wear my mask. I'll do it like this. I'll be like, is that good? I can wear my mask like this, you know, like, I don't know. It's funny because you can walk around like this. Nobody says anything. If you do this, if you do that, nobody says anything. Nobody says that's a mask. That this is considered a mask, and everybody's okay with that. You know, oh, down here, that's oh just oh, that's a mask, not a mask. Mask, very good mask. Wait, that's a bad mask. That's scary mask. This is good mask. Wait, wait. No mask, mask. Ooh. You know, it's just it's so retarded. And in fact, they don't. I showed you guys a picture of it. There's no such thing like that. What you need to wear a mask, it just says you just need to cover your face. That's all. It's not for. It literally the sign says here's acceptable face coverings. One was like a scarf. The other was an actual mask. The other was like there was like four things, pictures of it, a handkerchief and something else. All things that absolutely do nothing if there was such thing as some sort of airborne bacteria, some sort of whatever they say is how they wouldn't do anything about it. It wouldn't. It would have no effect. But that's all. So it's always about compliance. Compliance with what? With who? It's not. It's not even a law. It's just to comply with what somebody says on the TV. And these people are enforcing it. They're enforcing someone's suggestion on TV, and they have a badge and a gun, and they'll aggress and what is was it worth it? No, I want to fight for my rights so I can go spend a couple nights, you know, in the clink because I didn't wear a mask because now he's a enemy of the state because he doesn't want to poison himself. Huh? Yeah, crazy shit, right? Yeah, it'll be nice. Saturnalia, man. Yeah, yeah. It's always funny when Christians like they got problems with witches and paganism. Like, y'all do the same thing. You just have one person to tell you what to do. You got one person doing all the magic that everybody else used to be doing as earth dwelling people that were taking care of the earth and working with the earth, common people. And then you want to go and burn them at a cross because you think they're doing their own magic rather than listening to the one guy with the black suit on and standing in front of you at an altar, altering your brains, playing with black magic from one book. You goofy people, you goofs, you gooftards. Yakita, what's up? Try bowl tea leaves. I don't know what bowl tea leaves are. Help me out with that. Is that is it a brand or is it a style of tea? Yeah, Matthew, the Biden being a CGI, I suppose. I mean, he's been around for a while. I don't know. Has anybody met him in person? Has anybody seen him in person? Does he exist? I don't know. Could be. There's a possibility. There's a possibility there is an actor that plays a Joe Biden. You know, so there is some physics, but for the majority of what he's doing is probably CGI. I would buy that. Stan, yeah, John Kennedy Jr. And you know what's funny is he even says at one point in time he's not completely anti-vax. He's not against some vaccines. He's just against. He's just on the pop bandwagon for this. He actually came out and said that. Like, you know, kids getting shots for this and that, and you know, as children, he's not against all of them. I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can make. I don't know how you make that jump, but now he's anti this because it's the popular thing. You know, it's kind of like JFK never got assassinated. JFK, go look at it. JFK became a president again 2 terms later. He's Jimmy Carter. John F. Kennedy is Jimmy Carter. Go look at pictures of him. It's the same dude. Look at them smile. It's an exact match. Exact. That's the same dude. He never got assassinated. It's goofy. The reason they that was the game. If you stand, they said, okay, here's what we're going to do. You act like you're going to go sign this bill into law, and you're going to start. The United States is going to print their own money. Now you're against. You're going to play the character that you're against the World Bank, and here's what we do if you're against the World Bank: we assassinate you. They played the game, said he's assassinated. He didn't get assassinated. They just changed his character. He said, come back, you be president again. You play Jimmy Carter. Facts. They don't kill each other. They're on the same team. It's a movie. Divine. Oh, you met Trump? Yeah, he seems like he probably it is. Does he have mad small hands? Did he come across at all as a woman to you? Because isn't he like mad tall? Isn't he like 6'3"? A lot of people said that he was a woman, and you know, because like everybody in Hollywood, you know, there's always the sex changes and cross this and cross. I don't see that with Trump at all. There's some people in Hollywood that are actually what they are. There's some chicks that are chicks, and there's some dudes that are dudes. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on early in life where, you know, they pumping people through, you know, with testosterone, and they're you know, dressing, you know, that happens, and it's a terrible thing, and so they turn out the way they do. So that's no doubt, but there are some that actually are what they are, and I think Trump probably is a dude. You know, I don't think he ever went through the sex change thing. And he seems like he'd be a funny dude. I don't know. He comes across as a little less evil than most people. Oh, it just doesn't, you know. Everybody got their dirt. Everybody got their skeletons and whatever. I don't know, whatever. Oh, the newest news today. Here's some goofy news. That apparently, go look this up. Russia supposedly, all of a sudden, they'll let us know. They just decided to let us know that something got hacked to do with all of our government and all of these agencies and shit, and Russia did it. They had to tell the whole population that's what happened, because that's what they needed to do. They didn't just go ahead and not let it happen. They didn't go ahead and fix it. They didn't keep that under wraps. They just said, hey, just go ahead and tell the population that Russia hacked all of our computers, and yeah, that's what they said. It was what was it? There was like, oh, they told them years ago that if you put this password in, I don't remember what it was. Solar wind. Oh, solar wind. Go look this up. Solar wind 123. That was the password. We told them that anybody could hack. They told them months ago that would happen. All they needed to do was change the password, and then it couldn't have happened, right? Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened. it's all so goofy. Oh man, oh, it's so funny. The news is so funny. The fact that people buy into any of this is just outlandish. It's crazy. See, it's not the news itself that affects us. It's the fact that there are people that believe it that end up, you know, and it's the other assholes that are enforcing it. You know, your neighbors are enforcing these idiotic ideas. They believe the lies and then force the lies onto everyone else. That we have to, you know, live up to their standards because somebody suggested it on TV. It's all a big suggestion game. That's all they're doing. That's all the TV's doing. It's a big suggestion box, and they suggest to people to do something, and then they do it because they're hypnotized and mind controlled, and then they try to do it to you. And they try to force you to say, well, that's what they said, so you have to do it too. That's the whole thing. Nobody's out here. Again, the police are the reason they're saying defund the police is because they are all, for all intents and purposes, completely pointless at this point. It's not that I don't appreciate what some policy officers do for us in many different fashions, but as a general rule, like they're not really needed. Nobody's out here in the streets like, if there's going to be crazy anarchy in the streets and people are, the BLMs and all of this, I mean, it's all made for TV, but whatever. If all of that chaos happens, they're not really going to go fight. What are they going to fight for the corporation so people don't break into Macy's and rob the place? Well, if they rob the place, who cares? They got insurance, right? I mean, who cares? It's no one's out there rioting and looting and doing anything, right? No, it's not going to happen. And if it does start to happen because they've destroyed the economy, well, then it's just going to happen. And then it's just chaos in the streets. That's all it is. But beyond that, it's every day. It's neighbor versus neighbor, brother versus sister, that kind of shit, where they're enforcing their ideas because they heard it on TV. Like, I'm sorry, I don't watch TV. I don't watch that channel. Where's this information coming from? And then you give somebody any feedback or pushback on well, how ridiculous that is, and they go, no. Well, that's not what science says. Oh, you read the scientific literature? No, but they told me on TV. No, you didn't. So you didn't read that paper or the other 100 that are in conflict to that, because that could be no good. It's amazing. Yeah, ninjas can. But you know what? I wonder how many people out here are practicing aikido or karate or how about jujitsu? Yeah, jujitsu. That's a funny one. Uh, you know. Yeah, Stan. When you have, well, you might as well, man. I mean, if you have to, you might as well, just so you can breathe. Whenever I go to stores, I just cover my whole face up. I don't even care. I mean, if I'm in line as I'm leaving, I just pull it off. Like, what are you gonna do? Kick me out? I'm leaving anyways. You know, I'll push my limits to until like, and sometimes I've gone into stores and I'll make other people laugh. I'll try to at least. I'll put my mask on like, this is ridiculous, right? And then we'll see what someone's response is. If I can even sense a little bit of a cheeks smiling underneath the mask, you know. You got a cowboy mask? Yeah, I wanted to just get a stupid mask. I wanted to get a mask with the big penis for a nose and a. They have these cool masks, and I want to get one of these and just wear that around like it's a mask, right? You didn't say what it had to look like. Oh, China been wearing masks for a long time, huh? Because of the air quality, or is that just propaganda that we're given? I don't know. Stan, ready for the heist? Inferno, why have you redacted your messages? I absolutely, I can't stand when people redact their messages. It's just a vax thing. You wouldn't understand. It's like people with the Jeep, the Jeep stickers. It's a Jeep thing. You wouldn't understand. It's just a vax thing. You wouldn't understand. No, I didn't think he was a woman. Yeah. He does, and a lot of there's some people out there that said that at least one of his body doubles, or it might actually be him, but at least one of his body doubles is um who did they say it was? Somebody said it was John. One of his body doubles was John Candy. He's a comedian. Um, I think the other one was maybe Bill Hicks, but I'm not. No, there was somebody else. I forget who it was, but there was another comedian. Um, no, who did Oh yeah, who did Jim Carrey play? Man on the Moon. What who was that? Somebody said that he's still alive and he plays the part of um, Donald Trump, at least occasionally, because there could be many people. I mean, you can make anybody look like anybody with a mask, makeup and whatever. There could be an actual Donald Trump, and then there could be like, how Eminem said there's like a million Eminems, looking just like me. Like, yeah. I mean, how you think Axl Rose plays like 600 shows a year? You know how easy it is to make somebody look like Axl Rose? Put that big thing on, just put a cigarette in the mouth, put a big top hat. You could never tell. You don't know what he looks like. Does anybody even know what he looks like? Not Axl Rose. Slash. I'm sorry. Is that his name? Slash. No, what is his name? The guy in Guns N' Roses. Not Axl. Not the lead singer. I'm sorry. Um, is that his name? The dude with the big top hat that plays the guitar. I don't know why I can't think of his name though. I think that's his name. Anyways, but But bump. The dude that Jim Carrey played Man on the Moon, the comedian, and I just can't think of the name. Supposedly that's another body double, and so that could be part of his comedy. Yeah. Wow, Matthew, it has mutated and it's just called the Super. Oh, nice! It's Super now. Hey, Super. That's just super, dude. That's just super. You know what's funny about it is how many different names since the beginning have they given the thing? It's been 5 different names. You know this, right? Go through all of the different names that people call it. Well, then is it something different? Why can't they just come with one thing? Here. I'll tell you. If you get the cold, you have a cold. It's that. It's just that simple. If you have, if you have gonorrhea, it's just gonorrhea. There's not 10 names for it. If you have spots on your skin, you have you know you have hives. It's just hives, right? You know what I mean? If you if you have cancer, it's just cancer. But if you have this thing, it could be 10 different names. And the original name actually told you it was a joke because it was, as I've told people before, it was called the novel. If you look up the word novel in a scientific dictionary, it means fake. Novel means fake. It's called the novel. And then the word, the CV word, was all one word. It wasn't the C word, then the V word. It was the C and V word put together. It means one word. So that was the specific name of a thing. So it was a fake word. That's they told you at the beginning, and then they mutated the word. That's all they've done. They just changed the word to 20 different things. So it is goofy. Yep. Yeah, Fauci, that fucking guy. Yeah, slash there. Thank you, Matthew. Yes. I mean, how many slashes are there? You can never tell. That dude has too much hair in front of his face. Actually, I've seen pictures of him. It doesn't look anything like I thought he would look. He looks like Puerto Rican or something. What is his heritage? He's got a button nose. He's got like a kind of a wide nose. He's kind of brownish. He's got like very red lips. He doesn't look like a white dude that would play rock. He looks something else. I don't know what his shit. It could be anybody. It could just be one of the pictures of him. I don't know. I wonder what he'd look like bald. What would he look like without like short hair? Uh, is GNR still playing? Do they still play concerts? I'm sure they probably do. Is everybody in the band still there? They out there kicking it? So was Mr. Gates. John Lennon. Yeah, I could see John Lennon playing multiple. Like like that's easy. That once you put those weird circular round glasses, you can make anybody like anybody that wears that. You can kind of like Harry Potter esque anybody. Like oh that. It's like what is it about? What is it about the Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings? That those two dudes, it all came out at the same time, and the story is very it's the same kind of story, and they look exactly alike. But yet, was Daniel Radcliffe and who's the other one? I don't know. If they stood next to each other, they probably don't look that much alike. But you know, see a couple pictures of them, you're like, oh shit, it's the same dude. Little midgety guys, little midgety. What's up with everybody in Hollywood being 5'8"? I don't know. That's always a funny thing to me. 5'8", man. That's small. People that are 5'8", I don't know. Maybe they just come across as very tiny people to me. I mean, I'm not that much taller. It's just like that. It's just to me, it's a lot. Like, oh, you're so cute. So, I don't know. People that are 5'8", I just don't think. I wouldn't classify them as men. they're little guys. I'd be like, hey, what's up, little guy? Even if they're very strong, they could be muscular. Just a little guy to me though. Andy Kaufman. Supposedly plays this one goofy dude who's very religious. He has a channel, very small channel, and some of his connections are really off and really weird. But they've done like the voice analysis and the facial structure of certain people, and like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But the Andy Kaufman, Donald Trump is pretty interesting. I forget the guy's channel's name, but I think if you look up Andy Kaufman, Donald Trump, you might find his channel. Some of it you're just like, well, dude, you're out, you've lost it, and other is like, oh, that's really interesting. Well, welcome to all of the new people here, and the old people, and the new old people, and the old young people, and the new yeah, whatever. If you're old or young or new or been here before. I feel like I've been here before. Do you ever have those feelings? The deja vu? Deja vu to I'm pretty certain is you're projecting it from another realm. So what deja vu is you've already had that dream because you're already in that realm, and now you're just walking in that realm. So it's just like doing something as silly as just walking, like just doing this right now. I probably had a dream where I did this, right? But it's just so insignificant that I would just do that with my face mask or play with my beard because I do it all the time. So it's just like an insignificant thing. It doesn't seem like deja vu to me, or like synchronicity where I've been here before. But when there's like other occurrences that like I do something wild, like or I see something really weird happen, and then you go like, oh, I've seen this before, because you probably were already in that realm. I mean, you could change it. You could dip into a different realm from that place. You know how you're in that thing, and all of a sudden you're like, deja vu, and then you do something. You break that realm, and you go to a different realm, which is sometimes a good thing, and other times you should follow that synchronicity because it might be something cool. Sometimes if you just don't freak out, like you're seeing something like, oh wow, I can tell you the next 6 things happen. As long as you just go along with it and watch, as long as it's something cool that you want, you could just like oh man, I was in this already, and you just walk right through it. Other times you just break it and you just do something else. You just go out to a different timeline. But yeah, deja vu synchronicity is pretty interesting. It's definitely a dream world that you've been in. Because a lot of times I'll have a dream of something, and then I'll wake up and I'll be on the computer or doing something, and it will be a trigger to the dream that I had. So like I'll wake up and like, I can't remember all my dreams. Okay, a couple of them I kind of remember, and then I'll see something like, oh, that was in my dream. Then I'll just stop and I'll just go back into my dream like, oh, yep, and I could tell you the next couple of things that I might see it pop up on my news feed or on Instagram, or something that happens in reality, like, oh, that's right, this person, and all of a sudden this will happen over here, and you kind of, it's fun to play with that way. Yeah. Yeah. Chia. Hey, welcome, 5555. Yes, welcome to the 5555 club. It's like the 700 club. Remember that dude? You found 4 2-pound coins. A pound is what? Is worth, like, in an American money, that's like $1. You know what I mean? Like, it's worth a little more than $1, right? A pound is $1. Like 6 pence. What's a pence? Is a pence like a penny, or a pence like a dime? And is $1, and so Mike Pence is an interesting name. And a dollar is a pound, basically. Is that a pound is about $2, is worth about $2, or you're saying 4 2 pounds, so 50 cents is a pound. So you're saying $1, so it's worth about $2 American, is what you're saying. So it's equivalent. A pence is a penny. Okay, that's what I thought. Pence is a penny, a pound. Probably at some point in time, a pound was $1-ish, and then because of inflation and the buying power of certain types of currency, yeah, that makes sense. So you found, let's see, so you found four 2-pound coins. Oh, but a pound is a pound, but a 2-pound coin is $2. So you found $8. Is this what we're saying? You found $8? Well, let's go make that happen. I mean, let's go do that. You do that. Go. Where was it? Do you remember where you found it? Was it like walking in the street? Was it walking in Memphis? No, that's not walking in Memphis. Was that the song? Was it in the forest? Was it in a pocket of your? Isn't it the best whenever you're doing laundry and you like reach in your pocket, you're like, $20 bill, yes. I was wondering what I did with that. I thought I got too drunk and wasted it on something. Oh, 2 pounds is the highest denomination coin. So yeah, okay. Yep. What is the Americans? We got like we have silver dollars, but nobody spends those. So a quarter is the biggest thing over here, huh? Nobody spends silver dollar. We have $2 bills, and in fact, what I've heard is $2 bills are still printed and are in quite a large like a circulation. But I'm like, I've there's places you can go in New Orleans that it's like a specific thing where you spend $2 bills because it's gay as a $2 bill is the whole thing, and it's like places that are kind of like coffee shops and kind of like, you know, kind of cool like cool places. You spend $2 bill, it's kind of you're kind of you kind of working with the business there, you know, where nowhere else. Like, I've never seen any. If you I've seen someone try to spend a $2 bill somewhere, and the person goes, I can't accept that. They didn't realize that a $2 bill is a real thing. They were at a grocery store or something, and the person had a $2 bill, and they're like, I can't take that. That's not real. They were trying to convince. They were like, no, that's not even real money. That's not real. And the person's like, this is a $2 bill. Yes, it's absolutely real. The person won't believe him. They got a manager to come over. The manager couldn't even understand it. Couldn't even understand that $2 bill exists. I don't know if, I don't know that February gets here, and I hope it doesn't. I'm all for the zombie apocalypse. I mean, I hope February gets here, but it's different. I really am. I'm all for the electricity and everything to go out. I'm all for. I'm just hanging out here until most of the people have you know, murdered each other in the streets. I'll just chill out here, bug out, read some books. I'm all for all the systems be destroyed. And that way I can just walk around with a sword and a bat and just beat up zombies. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's way too much going on with the computer. Like there's so many people within I don't know, the computer industry and the power, you know, the power industry, like, you know, electricity and all this, that are they're basically saying that the computer systems are going to be hacked. They already today. I already told you they were supposedly government shit was hacked by Russia today, and I told you a while ago this would happen, and whether it happened or not or it's a real thing is irrelevant. It's people's the fact. What makes it true is people's perception of it. It makes it the truth. Whether it happened or not is of no concern, except for the fact that once, if they want to, after these holidays, they could just go ahead and everyone's the whole system got hacked. Everyone's bank accounts are all screwed up. Everybody that thought their Bitcoin was going to be doing something, their crypto, yeah, now Tales from the crypt, yeah. So now all of a sudden, crypt doesn't mean cipher no more; it means death. So your money's dead. Dollar bill ain't no more, and they can do anything they want with the digital system. You don't think that's their part of their end game, their goal, their agenda? They can fry anybody's bank account they want. They've already ruined small businesses. They already want robots working for Walmart. There's no purpose for much of anybody anymore. They've made that abundantly clear. They don't really care. They don't care about people's livelihood. They don't care about people eating. They don't care about people being healthy. They don't care about people having relationships. They don't want any of this. They want to sterilize everybody. They don't want the population to reproduce. They don't want anybody even here anymore. There is a day, obviously. Uh, yeah, well, Divine, have fun with that. I hope it works out. I hope for for I would prefer the world to do what I would hope it would do, and the reset is cleans the place and it makes it the whole thing become like more like oh, I don't know, like a paradise or like what it should be like, and the parasites and all of that. It would be nice if that was all dismantled and things were put into order and play in a way to free mankind and society at large from its whatever this shit is. But we'll see. We'll see. The hack could be the convenient catalyst for the money reset. Yeah, of course. It's so easy to do that. They always they always they always fearmonger on it, and there has been plenty of things that plenty of people have had their shit, fucked with. It's not some goddamn guy over there hacking into people's shit. No, it's the government that already has. People have to understand this. There's a host, or what in the computer lingo, and there's the master system and the slave system. Anybody that's online has a slave system. There's nothing you can do on your telephone, your computer, or anything that isn't already beneath a system that anybody working with the computer at a host level, at a master level system, can do anything they want. They can adjust anything they want in any coding that they want, they can delete and add and do whatever they want, and no one will be the wiser. There's no way to know that. There's no backlogging it. It's all they change it in real time. Information you thought was there, they delete so many things off of YouTube as if it never. They just scrub it. It's just scrubbed, cleaned, done, as if it never existed. They can do that anytime they want with anything. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's no way. There's no way of changing your. There's no way of changing your access point to a master system. It doesn't. It can't be done. I don't care how good of a hacker you are. I don't care how good you think you can backdoor this, do all that. Yeah, I'm sure you get access to things and do things, but doesn't mean your system will ever be a master system. It can't be done. It just doesn't work that way. They make you believe that there are people out there that could do they can do crazy things. They can access things that access to other systems is fine. Slave system to slave system, you can do anything you want. You can't hack a master system. It's unhackable. But the master system doesn't even need to hack anything else. It's just doing whatever. Just put the buttons in, whatever you want. Code anything you want. Tomorrow I could wake up and my tomorrow I will wake up and my Cash App will have $100,000 in it. Abracadabra. Tomorrow I wake up and my PayPal account will have $150,000 in it. American cash monies. Abracadabra. Could be done. Wouldn't matter to anyone. It's just some numbers on a digital device. Doesn't matter. Gives me access and power to do things. Give me the money. I guarantee I wouldn't change much about my life. I would give more away. I would live just simply and humbly as I do. I would probably more people would be more well off. More people would get help that they needed. That's a simple fact. If I had more resources and more power and more energy and more money, more people would be helped from what I offer. It'd be simple. But so abracadabra, make my life easier so I can help other people. Because they could equally, if they can eliminate debt, they can add debt. They can do it any way they want. They can add some zeros over here. It doesn't matter. There's no nothing, anything. There's not a real tangible item that backs anything that we're doing anywhere. It's all illusory. Money has been illusory for a very long time. Even though there's a piece of paper, the paper means nothing. It's just paper. And paper has always been connected to a computer system. As soon as there was a computer, that everything, that transactions were always done through that. Yeah. So it's just a matter of just take this, put that over there. Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, I hear you, hey Divine. I hear you about the banks and the credit unions. I hear that, but it's if you my suggestion for most people is have cash on hand. Take most of your money out. That way, if it does happen, after they fix it, they've stabilized the system, then you can put it back in. But people's faith in cryptocurrency will go to shit if everyone's, because cryptocurrency, I remember at the beginning, I remember years and years ago when this first came out, like mining for crypto and all this, and I was studying it years and years ago. It was like right at the beginning, but you had to. It had, all went on your computer. You could it wasn't going on your phone. There was one system, and that's the only way you could access it. If your computer broke, it was all start. I have cryptocurrency on a computer that broke. I don't have the computer. I threw it out. It just didn't work anymore. All of the crypto was on there. There was no way to access it at the beginning. And then they said, oh, it could never be hacked because of the blockchain and the way that it worked. It could never be hacked. And then, do you know how many times things got hacked and screwed up? Yeah, go research it. It happened for years. When they said it couldn't be hacked. It couldn't be, but it was. And so now, if they do it on a larger scale to the banks and to crypto, where's people's faith going to be? And then if the banks, if there's no faith in the banks and there's no faith in crypto, then what is cash going to do? Is cash going to have any value? You can put it back in the bank. It's I mean, it's all whether it's on a piece of paper as a Federal Reserve, all debts, public and private, fiat currency note, that kind of thing, but there's no tangible asset behind whether it's crypto or it's a dollar that's in a bank. It doesn't really matter. There's no value to it, like for certain. Even the idea that a dollar is worth X amount of gold. Sorry about this. This is giving me a whole bunch of problems right now. There we go. Even when there was gold backing, you have to ask yourself, what is the worth of gold? Like, what is anybody doing with gold? Gold, you can't eat it. I mean, you can, but what is its real value? There's nothing. A dollar should have a value of an apple because it's food. it's an actual something that has value. There's a certain fluctuation. It's stable in the sense that there'll always be apples, but it's not stable in the sense that it's seasonal. And so the trade and the barter value of a dollar for an apple becomes something different in the winter. It becomes then maybe per applesauce, or maybe it becomes for sauerkraut or potatoes. But there's something that has, or a piece of wood to build yourself a house, or something that has a value of a functional value. You know how some people design things. You're taught to design things as function over form. Function over form. Out of the function becomes the form. So it looks good. If it functions well, it will look good. But what you find is a lot of people have form over function, meaning they design something to look nice, but then but what does it do? And there's no actual functionality to it. So in the same sense, the form of a dollar looks good. Hey, it got lots of money here, but there's no real function behind it. There's nothing there. But if I look at an apple, I go, there's the function of a dollar. The dollar is worth that. Then now we have a tangible asset, something that it's worth. I mean, isn't it easier than carrying around a bag full of apples that you could just trade for the dollars? Because that's the actual true value of something, is things that have a purpose, a function. But again, back to what's a dollar going to be worth? How do you when you say crash an economy, what are they crashing? And if you look up the word economy, it doesn't have to do with money or dollars. Economy is a different word altogether. People associate it, and it can include dollars, but economy is a much different. The term is different than you think. Dollars are supposed to be placeholders or something, and now well, that's one of the ways they've ruined economies. They just flood economies with more fake paper notes. Remember how they were burning? It was like $1 million in certain countries, and it was worth more to burn the paper as fuel for a fire, because that was the war. It was about World Bank and destroy an economy by making their government's form of currency worthless. Economic hitmen. Instance. That's hilarious. Um, yeah. I've heard people like, I heard somebody's Instagram. Like I was looking at somebody's Instagram, and it says, who can declare martial law? Only the great president. Somebody that really likes Trump. The only the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. I was like, why is that a good thing? Like who does martial law serve? It doesn't serve the people. It serves the government. And all of the, I don't know what the GAPE means. I'm guessing like deep state kind of shit, but they're not going to do anything about it. They're all in cahoots, man. They're all in cahoots. It's societies within deeper, more secretive societies. Secret societies and the 12 families that you think to run the world are just there as what you're seeing. That's for you to see and to think. There's shit behind that. There's what's behind the curtain. Who built the stage? Who's sitting there in the crowd watching the thing be played out that you think has nothing to do with it that actually runs that whole thing? You know? That's what people don't get. They're like, oh, it's them, it's their family, it's that, it's the... No, it's not. It's not. There's something behind that. And oh, deep state, what does that even mean? If you know it exists, then it's not secret, right? So everybody's like, oh, it's the Freemasons and it's Illuminati and this. And you don't know anything. Sorry to break it to you. That's low level chicanery. The fact that you know Masonry exists means it's not secret. Go look up Diaboli and Trepidi, and I forget the third one, but those are more secret because nobody knows who they are, and you'd have a hard time finding out who's part of them. You can find out about those societies and where they came from and who might have been involved, but you can't really find out anything about them now. Even those closed door meetings like the Bilderbergs, you know who's part of it. But what is that going to do? What purpose does that serve? You can't. So, you've got to know all of this shit is going on. Okay, well, I know what's going on. So, what are you going to do to stop it? Oh, no, we're just going to know what's going on. That's all. Great, good job. Well, for everybody that's here, welcome as always. You guys know that if you look beneath, there is a way to say thank you for everything that I've done to support your awareness, your consciousness, your ability to produce healthy mindset, healthy body, magic, understand language, just all that I've done for you freely. Just think of it as a gift from me. And if you'd ever like to give me a gift, I don't believe in reciprocation to any degree. I think reciprocation is a very slippery slope into, I don't know. It's a burden. You're just supposed to do things because you like it. It's a good thing to do. That's why I do these things. But if you ever want to give me a gift for the holidays or just in general, you can find that information beneath and you know how to do it. PayPal and Cash App is beneath. Just make sure you capitalize the correct letters, the T and the X. But I'm going to open up the Zoom room here. That way we can get a little more goofy on here. And let's see, let's call it ZenMass class. There we go. And I will duration, the Kevin duration. Let's do it for 23 hours. No password's going to be needed. Video is going to be on. Save. Okay. Be right with you guys. Just starting this thing up, so if you guys want to, you can come to this. Ooh, cool. Let's do my second favorite guy. There we go. Oh, here. If you guys want to put this in here, feel free to come to the room. I'm not gonna get right into the Zoom. I just wanted to be here for you guys. Here's the room number. I feel like giving the little bust down the little shorties the room key for after the show. You want to come in my room after the show? I'll give you my hotel. I'll give you my hotel key. I'll give you my room number. It's 848-4013-7589. How many people in here ever took somebody to a hotel, motel, or a Holiday Inn? You ever do that? I've only done that a few times. It's really weird. Never was into that. I was like, you can't. The only reason you do that is if you're both cheating. That's all. That's the only reason you do that. The only reason I did it is because I was out of town. So it was like, just seemed like a reasonable thing to do. You're out of town. Somebody's like, I don't know how much I trust you in my house. Well, we'll get a hotel then. 848-4013-7589. Because you know a hotel is like it's just too expensive. Like I'm gonna drop like $70. I mean I don't know what a hotel room costs now, like $50 to $100. I don't know. Just for some butt. Sorry, that's not for me. I'd rather just like if it's like that, I'd rather just go into an alley somewhere. Go into the bathroom, go into a Burger King bathroom, go into the stall at a club. It's cheaper. I mean, what am I for a few minutes of fun? It's gonna be more fun in a public place, anyways. So here you go. Um, I mean, sheriffs are much different. Sheriffs, I can respect the sheriff. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. So there's a difference between policy workers, sheriffs, and some are. It's the connection between what would be closer to natural law and what's closer to. There's different levels to it. You know what I mean? Different statutes, codes. Yeah. I mean, it's just the. I mean, look at their badge. Look at the number of points on their star. You know, so you have 6-pointed, you have 5-pointed, you have different ones. You have ones like in New Orleans. There's the crescent moon and a star. That's other places don't have that. And the as I've pointed out before, depending on if the police in your city, the policy workers have completely blue lights or blue and red lights. It's a code. They're dealing with different codes. Khazarian Mafia. 848-4013. Just make sure this is right. And feel free if you guys want to jump in here now. I'm not going to go right now. 4013-7589. Yeah, that's correct. Wait, what number is right? 848-4013. Hold on. 848-4013-7589. Yeah, Stan, you screwed up there. 7589. Redact. Yeah, thank you, Stan. 848-4013-7589. Unston's got it right. That's correct. Yeah. That's how to get in here. That's how you can get in my pants, Stan. Oh, I think maybe this would work better if I get rid of this. Oh yeah, that's gonna work way better. There we go. Perfect. Much better. Okay, I was just I have my green screen on, except I don't need a green screen. I just need Hey, everybody wants to get me a gift. I need a new tripod for this. Hey, so if whoever comes into this room over here, just you can mute your. Hey, Stan, you can just mute your mic too. I'm gonna stay over here for a little bit. Yeah, I need a new tripod, so if anybody wants to donate some cash, I'll buy that next. I would normally give people I could probably give you like a. Somebody said put an Amazon thing, a cart in here or whatever. But like whenever I get something, it's hard for I have to do like research on it before. When I have the money and I want to do it, I'll do the research and just buy it. I don't like to put something in a cart and then I'll have like buyer's remorse. I'm like, oh, I should research that more. You know, because I don't want to get the same tripod that I've gotten 3 times that have all broken on me. I have to get a more upgraded one. What is going on? Yes. So yeah, you could put your video and your audio on mute too, because because I'll be there. We go, Mango Bay, huh? All right. So what else? What's going on for everybody's holidays? What are you doing? What are you doing for the holiday season? Maybe I'll just dip over to because I gotta the reason I said I wanted to go on to Zoom is because on here I think it'd be inappropriate to go take a dump on camera. I mean, not that I really deal with social graces and have very many what's appropriate or not. I don't really care, but that way I can just turn this on to Zoom, and on Zoom it's fine because you've signed up for that. You signed up for me to drop a deuce on camera. Yes. Yes. So what's everybody doing for the holidays? Has everybody got that family thing going on? Is anybody doing that? That's okay. That's right. You went to army time, huh? 23. Nice. And that's yeah, 23 is one of those crazy numbers, huh? That's why Jordan wore it and everybody else. 23 is one of those interesting ones. I forget what it's for. I mean, because 11, 22, 33 big master numbers. 23 is I don't remember what the coding is, but isn't Jim Carrey in a movie called 23? Isn't it the other one? I forget the meaning behind it, but 23 chromosomes. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's a duality and triangle, like dualism, three triangle, two and three is five, five is physicality, physical world. It's interesting like that. Kind of play that game, but yeah, 23 chromosomes, huh? I think I might have a couple extra ones. couple extra chromosomes hanging out in here. I mean, isn't that what everybody said? There's going to be an upgrade in DNA, and there's going to be extra braiding of what is it? Goes from 2 to 3 strand or something. Is this what some people were saying? That you're going to get an extra strand of DNA? Okay, I'm gonna get out my it's like people. You ever meet people that they got like just a touch of the downy? You know what I mean? So not fully on. People like slightly autistic and people that slightly have Down syndrome. I think a lot of people. I've said this many of times. It's the same thing with the the gay scale or bisexual scale and the autistic scale. Everyone on the planet is on the bisexual scale, and everybody on the planet is on the autistic scale to some degree. Most people that are autistic, they don't even realize it. They have good jobs. They work in places that, like, people that are working with numbers all day are almost certainly high level autistic, functioning autistic people. You ever people you know these people that are like they just have no social, they're socially inept. They have it's like whenever I do things that are like, oh my god, why would you do that? Like, do you have no social moray? Do you not know any, like, no, I know what I'm doing. I just don't really care. Where other people, they just be acting like goofy and just don't understand how foolish it is. I at least know what I'm doing, and I just find humor in it. That's the difference. Where they don't know, they just work with numbers and they don't know how to interact with society, and they're just like, it's like people that watch The Big Bang Theory without any laugh track. Have you ever watched The Big Bang Theory? If you like The Big Bang Theory, I could understand why people might find it slightly funny with the laugh track, because there's something humorous there, and you might know somebody like that. Because I had a friend that enjoyed the show because, like, she goes, that reminds me of my cousin. So she's laughing at it because she sees how completely awkward the whole thing is, and she's like, that is my cousin, and she's like, that's so funny to her. But for the more, if you were just to watch that and didn't have an association to know anyone like that, but you've known people that are like that, people like that in the show. But if you get rid of the laugh track, it is complete. That's real life, you know, like Dwight on The Office. People like that exist. They really exist. And the funny is, whenever the funniest part is whenever they're. So I never worked in jobs like that. There was a couple. I didn't really have any desk jobs. I had a few. I mean, I sold stocks. I used to work at a car dealership. I mean, so I've been behind desks, but I've never been in that like water cooler kind of desk job. Um, but I know who they are, and I know people that have jobs like that, and what they're like outside of work is it's like letting it's like a puppy that gets out of their cage and doesn't know where it's at and doesn't know what to do. It's quite entertaining. I like people like that. I like to fuck with them. I like to interact with them. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Unstance, you're on the spectrum. Yeah, okay. Let's back to the spectrum. What number? Okay, if 10 is full blown autistic, full blown autism, and we know what that is. Um, and we'll say one is, I don't know, just like what you consider like a decent Hollywood actor that has a couple idiosyncrasies. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way we could all agree. Like, okay, somebody that has kind of like a couple goofy things they do. Where would you fit? Like, what number would you be? And it goes for everybody. You'd be about a three. See, I always said I was like a 3 or 4. I think you might be a little more on the spectrum than I am. Again, and I only play into that really hard because it's humorous to me. I don't do it because I actually am. I just find, because there's for me it's like there's nothing else to do. Like some humor is too it's too intelligent for people, so I have to go into like goofy, geeky, nerdy mode, socially awkward, socially awkward mode, on purpose. It's just and because it's like living life without shame and not being embarrassed by anything. It allows me to not be embarrassed by more things. Like how often people are embarrassed by this the most moot things that they shouldn't be embarrassed by, and I could tell people are just like in their head they're going, oh man, that was the dumbest, most embarrassing thing. Like whenever you're getting on an airplane and then somebody says have a nice flight and you go, you too. Because I used to work at the airport, and whenever I was taking people's tickets, I was like, "Hey, have a nice flight, enjoy, blow," and they go, "You too," and I go, and I can see them just go recognize what they just said, and I look at them and I go, and so I make them feel better about like this, people just going through the motions. Like you just, no matter what somebody says, if they're in a certain environment, that's like low level stress for people. It's a low level stress, so they have to go to um, automatic responses. It's an arm, automatic response mechanisms. Okay, so when you put people in some sort of pressure situations, they go to what's they're familiar with. They actually get out of creativity and thoughtfulness into a subconscious survival mode, and that survival mode is what is their most frequently gone to something. So if you have get an argument or fight with somebody, you'll probably go back to normal because you're in a heightened state of anger or something, and stress. And so you'll go to like the automatic. Here's how I argue and fight. Or if you got into an actual physical fight and you're fearful, you'll go into doing what you might do in a fight. Where if you're loose into things and you're not. So when somebody asks you this question, they're going into an airplane. So they're that's a stressful situation for most people. They're scared of it. They shouldn't be, because airplanes don't crash. That's a joke. They don't. There's no fuel on it. They don't crash. They don't burn. They don't explode. It doesn't happen. It's all turbines, jet turbine engines that use compressed air, and they don't. So infrequently does anything fail on an airplane. So infrequently. Anyways, so they're in this state of stress. So their go-to move is responding, you too, like have a nice day, you too, have a nice flight, you too, but I'm not getting on the plane. This shit. Yes. What's up, Danny Skylark? Hey Danny, we're gonna go over to Zoom if you want to join. Zooms and you want to zoom and a boom boom? Isn't that what they said? Ote, what's up, butt wheat? Oh, isn't it the best, Matthew, watching someone die inside whenever they say something really, it's not even that bad, but it's like they just know that and then just go, oh, just let me throw myself off a cliff right now. Yeah. So what I do is whenever because I listen, I pay attention to people. So when they ask me a question, I'm exceptionally thoughtful to my answer. So they'll go, oh, like they'll say, how are you doing today? And I'll say, I'm doing absolutely spectacular. Not because I'm doing absolutely spectacular necessarily, but because I want to be sure that I heard the person right so I can deliver them a response. If I just always said, oh, I'm good, I would always say I'm good, even if I'm not good. But they could ask me a question that's not even, the answer isn't even that. But I would just be going to automaton mode. And I try to not be in automaton mode, because this is why I couldn't do like an act. I couldn't do a stand-up comedy. I couldn't do, a Broadway play. It just wouldn't work because it would be, I would have to become an automaton and recall and remember a certain set of, here's, do it this way. And I don't like doing that. It seems so inauthentic. I could only do 100% improv. That's what you got. I mean, I have a few like base kind of ideas and things, but you know, how else should you live your life? Let's do it. It's booby time. Oh shit, booby time. All right, nice, nice. The number is. I am the ultimate actor. Well, thank you. I mean, I think. See, I mean, I guess you know what? I'm probably a. See, how about this? I think actors should be called reactors because they're just acting again, right? So they're just doing it again. Acting is actually I act out. I act a fool. I don't know, but I'm doing it in real time. I'm not doing it. I'm not react. I think that's the difference. They react, which is funny because the word react means here you just react. So you're just gonna do it again. Oh, here's the digits. Here's my digits. You want to come to my room? You wanna get freaking. You wanna get so freaking naughty. 848-4013-7589. You got it? Good. And you don't need a password. It's 848-4013-7589. Put it in there too so everybody else can have it, and we'll get to that. And the first order of business, once enough people show up here, is I will be taking you guys into the bathroom, where I will be, I'll be dropping the deuces. It's a gang. You know what I'm saying? Throwing them deuces throwing them deuces in the toilet. Taking the little brown kids out swimming. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not drunk. I'm about a quarter of a beer in. This is all I've had today. Had a little bit of a snack. Yeah, shit talking. I'm up there. I'm up there shit talking. Talking shit with the best of them. You're not a shit talker unless you've been punched in the face for talking shit. That's the true sign. So anybody out here that says they really be talking shit, I'm like, okay, when's the last time you got punched for talking shit? And if you haven't, you're not a good shit talker. You're not talking shit. You're attempting to be slightly funny, and it doesn't work. Yeah. You gotta keep people on their toes, man. I mean, I find it funny that you can upset someone that they'll resort to physical violence rather than using their mind to just deal with a joke or deal with like, you know, a proper retort to something. So Daniel, you gonna come over here into this room? You wanna get some Ben Stiller on it? You wanna get naughty? You wanna get naughty? So freaking naughty. That's so funny. Ben Stiller. Oh, dude, Robert Downey Jr. in when he's in blackface is one of the greatest things ever. Just one of the greatest things ever. That movie is one of the greatest ever. Honestly, I can all. That's a movie I could watch more than I could return to that movie and watch it again. It's that good. What's the name of it? Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder, I think, is a is a devastatingly underrated movie. Not enough people. When you bring it up to people, they're like, "Oh yeah," but they don't. It's not. It doesn't pop in their head first. Like going, that's one of the funniest movies ever, and I think it is for so many reasons. I think that the fact that they got Tom Cruise to play the bald dude, and when he's that is just I can appreciate that. I didn't, Tom Cruise comes across as a fucking like a stroke. You know what I mean? You know what a stroke is? Just a stroke, just a chode stroker. You know what I'm saying? He just comes across that way. But in that movie, it seemed to really he had some chops for some comedy. He seemed like he might, you know, and the stories that I've heard of normal people saying like he's actually a cool dude. Okay, I'll buy it. But some of the interviews he does, he's kind of out the box, man. I mean, I guess if you end up becoming that kind of big and famous, I mean, you'd change. You'd have to. The way you'd interact and walk around, like it's. I mean, what do you expect out of these people? If you put them on a pedestal, how do you expect them to act? That's what I always wonder about people that have problems with the way Hollywood types act and what they do and how they are. I always wonder how you have a problem with that. You're the ones watching their movies. You're the ones watching it. You're the ones putting the energy into it. There's millions upon millions of people that have them as icons, as they look up to them. They go, "Huh, this is it. Of course they're gonna act a fool, act different, act. They're you would too. I'm telling you, you would. You think you wouldn't. You think you would be the same person. You couldn't be. There's a few people that probably have maintained themselves a sense of what they are. But you can even see people on YouTube now. I guarantee they're nothing like that in real life. They build a persona. They build an idea of what they talk about themselves in third person. That kind of they build a persona, which is fine, which is a barrier for them. They build a persona, and that's that character that they're playing, and then outside of there's something different. So there is a stark difference in realities of what they are and what you see on TV. There's other people that okay, they're gonna act in a movie, but then you'll see them when they're not in the movie, and that's them. It's just on the movie screen, that's them. In an interview, that's a character they're playing. But then when they're not in the movie, they don't, like Johnny Depp. He doesn't even watch his own movies. Daniel Day-Lewis. Those two people seem like real people to me. Outside of what they're doing the movie, and then when they're done with the movie, they're done with the movie, and they're just them. It's a hard balance. Tell you the number again? You are a tard. Well, I knew you're, man. See, this is why I don't know. Okay, we're getting back to the autism scale. Where do you sit on the autism scale, Danny? 848 4013 7589 7589 7589. Danny, see what you wrote down? Delete that, Danny. Delete the 848-410-4013-7859. No, not 7859. 7589. Go delete the last one. Oh. Yeah, yeah, it's because try it one more time. 848-4013-7589. There, that's the correct number. Yeah, where are you on the autism scale, Danny Skylark? If 1 is just kind of a normal person and 10 is full on ape shit autism, like them, where you sit? What's up, right soul? Hello, come on, zero. I just told you the number again. 848-4013-7589. Yeah, I've made plenty of videos about this. All you people that shit on people in Hollywood, fuck y'all. I'll stand up for Hollywood. I don't give a fuck. Cause y'all put them on pedestals, and you wonder why they act a fool. And in fact, you know nothing about their actual lives, which is funny. People always think they know something because they read it in the newspaper. The newspaper are either the antithesis to Hollywood or they're in cahoots on the same team. You gotta pick one. Here, now I gotta get this thing over here. There it is. That works better. There we go. You can't blame these people in Hollywood, man. They're not as bad as you think. If you had all the money in the world and you had all the luxuries and the freedoms to do whatever you wanted, you'd be having orgies too, all the time. You'd get laid by whoever you wanted whenever you wanted. You would spend money frivolously because you have a lot. If you had as much money as Michael Jordan, you would gamble as much as him. If I had that much money, I would gamble too. I don't have any money, so I don't gamble. If I had a lot of money, I'd probably gamble because it would be fun. I wouldn't be reckless with it. I wouldn't gamble my life, but I would. There'd be a certain portion of my money that, hey, I'll gamble, and if I win double, I'll probably go buy everybody dinner. If I lose, I lose. You know. Hey, Ripe Soul again, 848-4013-7589. Hey, look at that, Danny Pascu. Yeah. And Danny, you can that's the correct one. What does SMD mean?
Like a 10. Kind of autistic.
You're like a 10? Oh man, I can't date an autistic chick.
No, that's why we're so far apart.
Cuz you're autistic. They have to keep the autistic ones away from me. Hey Danny, I'm going to stay on here for a second. Pause that. I'll be to this in a second.
Okay.
Yes. And you could, yeah, there you go. Just pause your mic or whatever. And you could pause your camera too if you want. Um what is SMD? What is that? Is that sadomasochist from Damascus? SMD, a sadomasochist from Damascus. Are you into that kind of stuff? Sadomasochism? That's just weird to me. Sax and I remember when I was in Baltimore, I seen a play. It was called Sax and Violins. Sex and violence, sax and violins. So it was all about playing saxophone and violins, but it was a play about sex and violence. It was pretty interesting. Do you like the unicorn, huh? You like the unicorn? Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, sadomasochism. I don't know. I'm not really into like violence with the. Seems, I don't know. Just seems like keep them separated. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be violent, be violent. Don't confuse people by being. I mean, you can have rough, angry makeup sex or angry sex, but that shouldn't be like a. Ripe Soul, it has to be working. It is 100%. I'm going to tell it to you one more time. The code for the room is 848-4013-7589. There is no password to get in. Are you putting in the right thing? There's 4 people in here, so it worked for 4 people. Danny's here, Zen is here, Mango is here, and Stan Winfield is here. So it worked for them. And Unstance will be here in a second, I'm sure. Unstance, you'll be here, won't you? You're actually still on the clock-ish right now, aren't you? Come on, Ripe Soul, what are you doing? How can you not figure this out? Are you getting frustrated? Are you frustrated? Yes, frustration is my favorite. I love watching people be frustrated because I know what it feels like inside, and it's the worst. When I get frustrated, oh man, you know what I do? I throw things. I mean, I don't throw things violently. I'm not like trying to throw things at people, but like I'll just grab like a fruit and I'll just like throw it. Not aggressively trying to break shit. I'll be aware that I'm throwing. I'm just I just throw it at a door or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I do it because it's a release, but it's just like, whenever I get frustrated, like computers frustrate the cool instance. Yeah, computers frustrate the mess out of me. Christopher Lee is here. Work for Christopher Lee. Are you do you have are you hey Ripe Soul, are you on the website and going through that, or did you download the app? That could change something too. Christopher Lee is here. I don't know why it isn't in the room though. Hey, Christopher, I don't know what happened to you. I just let you in the room. So if you're here, I let you in. I don't know what you left. Hey, there's Christopher Lee. Look at Vaughn. Royal Vaughn is here. Vaughn. Yo, Vaughn. All right. Look at that. 6 people here. Unsincere. Vibe Soul. I don't know. Is that you, Royal Vaughn? I forgot. Is that you? Yeah, I'll be over there in a second. Oh, hey, Danny, you got the you got the match to my unicorn. All right, there we go. Now there's some people in here. What's up, bro?
Hi, Danny.
What's up, yo? All right, so here, I'm gonna shut this off over here. I'm gonna get to the zoomies.
Alright.
So you guys feel free to join me in the zoomies. Um, one last time for anybody that is here that wants to, you can always come back to this and find it. It's 848-4013. 7589, and I'm out of here. It's good to see everybody. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Saturnalia, whatever the hell you're doing. But I'm ass out of here off this YouTube so we can do more goofy things here. And I will talk to you in a little bit. Peace!